Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Omkar and today we'll going to learn AWS services. In that we'll start with AWS Lambda. So what we say in the AWS Lambda, it's basically function or we can say with this we can make some automation and we have some inbuilt templates that we can use or we can create from the scratch. And it also has information related like if you want to automate something like any other web service that we need to connect or any other AWS services, then we can use the AWS Lambda. It has a different language support like Node, C Sharp, Java, .NET, Python. So probably most of the time we can use the Python language. And today we have a demo that we can show how to create a Lambda function from the scratch with a simple Python file. Okay, so let's get started. Yeah. So here you are seeing my home page of the AWS, and here on the search we need to type Lambda. It will load and it will show here. It's thinking like run code without thinking about the server. So it's correct. Yeah. So whenever we need to use the Lambda, it will do the lot of automation that whatever we define in this code. So here I created one function already to understand how things are working, and I will show how to create it from the scratch. Okay. So then now first create it from the scratch function. On the right hand side here you can see the create function. Click on this function, then it will give the multiple option like author from the scratch, then use blueprint container image. Okay, we will start with the author from the scratch. If you click on this use blueprint, you can say it has a inbuilt ready-made functions already defined like how we connect with the microservice, how to get S3 bucket and other thing, so that we can see in the later in the video series. Then there is container image. If there is a container image like Docker or another container that we can fetch and use. Okay. So currently we'll go with the scratch. So we need to create, then first we need to create the function. Let's say my first function, give the meaningful name to understand. And here there is a default language selection that is present like .NET, Node, Java, Go, Ruby, Python, and other support like Java 8 on Amazon, Linux, Node.js, and different version, and then custom runtime like Boost time, other things. So what we do, we'll select with the Python. We can always select the latest or little old, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. Architecture will be the 64 or processor. You can check and keep it as a default. Then here permission, we don't need to change anything permission. Okay, then change default execution role. If you click here, it will ask to check or use the existing role. Yeah. So if you have the role that is already created, then you can use the same one or you can use to create the new one. From here, I already created one role. If I click on this one, it will show like here. So I already get simple role like Lambda basic role. You can create from that also. Or if you need to create the role, just click on this role, create a new role from the AWS policy templates. So what happens here? So role will give the additional permission for the particular Lambda. Cause what happens in the AWS we have multiple services and all are security reason we cannot access directly from the Lambda. So we give some additional roles so that role can be accessed. Like suppose one role is defined that need to access the S3 bucket, then we can create a Lambda and assign that role so it will access the S3 bucket. So likewise, okay. Then I will use the existing role here. Just click. Then here existing role, I create the pop-up role, service role, Lambda basic role. Yeah, just need to create on this. And let me check if there is advanced setting that we need to do. Currently, we'll check this in the later video, so we don't need to make any changes in the advanced settings. Then click on the create function. So it will take some 2-3 seconds, and yeah, our first AWS Lambda function is ready and good to go. So here you can see successfully created the Lambda function and name is my test function, and you can change the configuration here and we can do the testing also. Mm. In the Lambda function we have the ANR. We can say function ANR. So keep in mind this is the important one. So ARN we can say it's a default or you can unique value specific to this Lambda function and it cannot change, and with this we can do the any operation that is required that we need to perform in future for the AWS related services. Okay, here we can see the function overview. Then at the bottom, if you click on this one, it will minimize and it will show this area. So here code has been defined as we selected the Python. So Python function, we can say file has been created. Its name is starting with lambda underscore function.py, and it contains the function lambda function and has a lambda handler. Okay, so here there is option like test, and there is option configure a test event and deploy. Okay, then there is one more option, like if you want that code to be uploaded from the zip file or is AWS S3 location, then we can write the code, upload that from, and we need pull it from that also, or we can use the inbuilt editor here. So this is the default one. So what we need to do, we just need to test how that it will work. Okay, so what we need to do first, this is default one. Let me just click on the test. So it will ask to configure the test event first. So there is no test event. Test event means like whatever function that we need to test, and it needed some test event. So we can write test event. Likewise, you can give any meaningful name, and just don't need to check anything, and just need here click on save. Then again, test event has been created. Here you can see at the drop down, test event has been selected. Then just need to click on the test. So it state has been started, and execution result you can see here. The test event name, that is what we selected, test event, and the status code is like hello from the lambda, and the function log has been defined here. Okay, so with this, whatever information has been here, hello from lambda is printed over here. If you want to change, what we need to do, so if you want to change, like this is my first lambda function, then let's see, then just need to click Control S, it will save like this one. Or if you want, just right click on the file, there is option to save, you can save from that. Okay, once that one done, if you click on test, then let's see, here you are seeing the still the old. Why? Because it's just updated the file, it doesn't deployed for the testing purpose. So just we need to click on the deploy, so it just deploy only on this machine for AWS service. And then if you click on again test, then it will update. Yeah, here this is my first lambda function. Okay, and whatever information logs that are here present, and event name. So with this, we are successfully able to create the lambda function and able to do the execution of the result. Yeah, if we need to check further, we will continue with AWS related lambda function series, and will come